Hello, everyone. You want to welcome every one of you to Global Reformers Hub Free. Of course, it's the third edition of the Hub, and I want to specifically welcome uh, you watching me right now. My name is Ambassador Godson Wadiale. I'm the president of Africa Global Reformers Foundation. I'm also the representative of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals Network here in Nigeria. I'm bringing you this broadcast live, from Nigeria, and I want to believe that this whole event is packaged to make you, to propel you, to push you to the next level, to create opportunities for every one of us. So somebody may want to ask, what is the concept of Global Reformers Hub? I watched last year's one, I watched last 2 years on. What is the concept? Now, the concept of Global Reformers Hub is simple. It's geared towards bringing together people across the globe. It's geared towards creating opportunities for people all over the world, all over the globe, to partner together, to learn together, to even know more on how to harness opportunities. So that is what is geared towards. And this year's zone is not going to be an exception, because we have seasoned juggernauts, that are set to unleash to us deep secrets. They are ready to explore, to let us understand how to, harness opportunities, probably in their countries, and etc. So right away, I'm starting right away, and I have quite a number of guests already. I have our guests already, but some sent messages that they are having challenges in entering, probably because of issues with network and all that. However, it won't stop it. We are still kicking on. We are still going on. Okay? So before I continue, before I introduce my guest, I would like to talk a little about Metamorphose. But before I talk about Metamorphose, I'll bring in my guest. Introduce just one of them, then we'll go on. Okay? All right. I have with me today a friend, a bosom friend. As a matter of fact, he is somebody I respect so much. India. You won't believe it. Dr. Johnson, yes. Dr. Johnson is an ambassador to the United Nations on Sustainable Development Goals. And he's been awarded, severally with different kinds of awards for his volunteer and also for his humanitarian services, And he's a social activist. Yes, he's a social activist. As a matter of fact, D. Cooler is a renowned doctor in India and is somebody that has touched the world with his humanitarian services. And as a matter of fact, he is one of the finest world international among other things. It's my pleasure to bring to you today, all the way from India, and I'm connecting here in Nigeria, Dr. Edikula. Dr. Johnson, hi.
Yes. Hi.
Yeah, it's so good, and you're welcome to the program.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, now, actually, it's geared towards connecting people, it's geared towards making people see opportunities in all the situation. And today, you're going to be talking to us, you're going to be dishing out to us on very unique topic called getting partnership and grant from donors to finance an NGO business, or if those for those that have a project and all that, there are some persons that do not know how to obtain to sponsor to their projects. So you are going to settle things to us. But before you proceed, maybe you can just yourself, tell us a little about it, or go, you can then dissect. Thank you.
Oh, is it time for me?
Yes, it's your turn now.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Uh,
everyone is listening to you. Yeah,
okay.
welcome.
Welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Respected Chair, Ambassador Godson Odell, President,
Mm.
Africa Global Reformers Foundation,
Yeah.
Honorable Chief Guests Dr. Guinness Madasamy, Professor Muhammad G. Kakafi, Ambassador Shetty Angita, Dr. Joseph Legend, Ambassador Farah Dallens, and Professor Paula Moon.
Yeah.
Indeed, it's a great privilege for me to be with you all the way from India to
Oh.
Nigeria. First of all, let me give you thanks to beloved our President, Africa Global Reformers Foundation. I extend sincere thanks to you for inviting me to attend this summit.
Thank you.
Can you
Thank you.
hear me?
Thank you. I can hear you clearly. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm with you.
Okay,
Thank you. We can all
okay,
hear you.
okay. Okay. Indeed, it's a great privilege for me to meet you all through this platform
Yeah.
and appreciate and congratulate all of us and sincere thanks to everyone for including me for this summit. And I got the topic is getting partnership and grant from donors to
Yeah.
finance and NGOs projects.
Yeah. So, Doctor, Ambassador, can you hear me?
Yes,
Can you hear me, Ambassador? Yeah. To introduce the topic, so we bring you in again to dissect the topic. Is that
yes.
fine? Yeah. So we're going to bring you in a moment. So we need to introduce another guest so they will know that we have guests in the house. Everyone is watching right now. Is that fine?
Okay.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to guest that I'm quickly going to introduce to every one of us. Who's going to speak with us as well. You know, today promises to be very fantastic because we're going to learn a lot. Partner, how to thrive in times like this, how to amass opportunities in other countries. apart from your country, it's pivotal to understand. It's to key into, and that is part of the reason why we decided to showcase this concept. So all the way from Costa Rica, it's my humble pleasure to introduce to you a woman of valor, a woman that is not just ordinary, but a matriarch indeed. I'm talking about Professor Paula Moon. Professor Paula Moon is a United Nations ambassador of Sustainable Development Goals Network. As a matter of fact, of technology. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
And she's
it looks.
currently the executive director and president of Paula Moon Foundation. So all the way from Costa Rica, please meet Paula Moon, Professor Paula Moon.
Okay, I just like to ask you, do you want me to give the presentation right now? Because I have a presentation that I usually walk through, or should I
Okay.
just talk about it? Because actually I can introduce a little bit about me and give the presentation, or what you're doing right now is just introducing us, or we have to introduce ourselves.
Okay, yeah, I've introduced you because of time. We're trying to work with time. A lot of persons wants to hear from you, so I've introduced you. So you're just going to go straight to they just want to hear from you. So you give a little insight about yourself. Then I
Okay.
go back to doctor. Then you give your presentation.
Okay, yeah, a little bit about me is I have a
Yeah.
PhD, master's and bachelor's in chemical engineering. I had over 15 years of applied research, development, and demonstration experience working at the US Department of Energy, one of the national laboratories called Argonne National Laboratory. And if anybody is interested, you can just check it out. It's www.anl.gov. And I have volunteered over the years for several years at Introduce a Girl to Engineering Day, IGED, and Science Career of Search of Woman, and the Society of Chemical Engineering. I'm an advocate of STEM education, which is science, technology, engineering, mathematics. My areas of interest, if somebody is interested in investing, I actually have my company is registered in Costa Rica and it's also registered in the United States. My areas are solar, biomethane, wind energy, bioplastics, water infrastructure, health, internet infrastructure, tourism, fashion, agriculture, aviation, and cocoa. I know Africa is well known for cocoa plantations, so that's why I wanted
Of
to bring
course,
it in because I'm
we've got
interested
all
in
that.
that. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm
Okay.
also the CEO at Paula and Moon and Associates Inc. Paula Moon Associates is a society,
Association.
and
Oh,
no,
society association.
it's it's um it's an anonymous society, and
Okay.
Paula Moon Associate. But how can that be anonymous? It has my name on it. But I mean, and
Okay.
I'm also the chairwoman at the Paula J Moon Foundations because I have a lot of
Oh, yeah.
society projects as well. That's
Okay.
a little bit about me.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. We're going to come back to you, but Dr. Johnson, Ambassador, you started by almost introducing the subject for the day. So I would like you, Doctor, to please give us your lecture. Thank you.
Okay,
We're all
thank you.
listening.
Thank you, Chair.
Thank you.
Actually, my topic is getting a partnership and grant from donors to finance and NGO projects. Am I right?
Yes, of course, you are.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, a non-governmental organization, NGO, is a non-profit citizen-based group that functions independently of governments,
Yeah.
but may be involved in international philanthropy, developmental or social missions. NGOs are often organized on local, national, and up to the international level to serve specific social or political purposes. NGOs or non-governmental organization plays a major role in international development, aid, and philanthropy. NGOs are non-profit by definition, but may run budgets of millions or up to billions of dollars each year. As such, NGOs rely on a variety of funding sources from private donations and membership due to government contributions. Operational NGOs which focus on development projects and advocacy NGOs which are organized to promote particular causes. Certain NGOs may fall under both categories simultaneously. Large NGOs may have budgets in the millions or even billions of dollars. A non-profits NGOs rely on a variety of sources for funding, including membership dues, private donations, the sale of goods and services grant from other non-profits government fundings. Can you hear me? There are many good reasons for NGOs to work together to reach a common goal. As you say, together we can. When each partner bring its own expertise and resources to program, the impact can be multiplied. The sum total of the partnerships is worth more than what each NGO can achieve its own. While there are many benefits to partnering, there are many challenges as well as to maintaining successful partnerships. Fortunately, there are a few points I will share within few minutes. First of all, before the project starts early. That means do not wait for the donor to publish a funding announcement on funds for NGOs before you ask potential NGO partners to join forces. If you make a habit of planning programs with partners, you can actively fundraise from potential dollars. Working together with partners should be an organizational priority to maximize impacts, even if it does not lead to funding in the short term. Partners should take on those activities that they are best suited for in the projects by focusing on program success and not on who will gain the most from the partnership. You ensure that each partner's role complements to other and all partners win. Program success will in turn generate additional donor interest in the program and sometimes more fundings. A success attracts a success. One partner often needs to play the lead role, and partners need to decide early on which NGO will play that role. As the lead partner will have a large amount of control over the budget, it should act in a good faith and earn the trust of all others. Even if all the partners are equals, organizing projects typically works best with a clear leader. Develop a set of activities and assign each set of activities to each partner. Once the activities have been agreed upon, the budget linked to those activities should be emitted to NGO. Can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me all? Okay. Implementing the activities, the relevant should also receive the indirect and overhead costs associated with those activities. While the lead partner normally receives larger part of the budget, they should not shortchange the other partners. Partners should negotiate the budget in an atmosphere of trust and honesty. When agreements are made, they should be honored once funding is received. When working in a partnership, it is inevitable that some agreements and conflict will arise. Make sure that there is a process to air issues and find mutually acceptable solution. Make sure you agree on this before you apply for funding. Some common dispute resolution techniques, including using an outside mediator, raising vote among partners, or allowing the lead partner to have the final say. While the donor grant agreement outlines the responsibilities of the partners, often details regarding the partnerships among NGOs is left out. A memorandum of understanding, that means MOU, will make clear which partner will do what and how budget they will have. A good MOU, memorandum of understanding, signed by all partners, outlines the basic agreements between them, which will avoid a confusion and conflict. Organize regular meetings in person or by phone to discuss issues and progress. Why not schedule a weekly short partnerships call so everyone is fully informed and up to speed? Chair, can I continue? I am not hearing you. I am not hearing you. Your mic is off. Mic is off. Mic, turn on. Okay. So, I think.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes.
I think it's on now. Can you hear me?
Yes. Okay, I will continue. Once the program has been completed, the lead partner should thank the donor on behalf of all the partners. Consider organizing a final meeting to celebrate the success and strengthen the bond between the partners. Invite the donor to that meeting if possible. This will allow partners to propose continued funding. Yes, together we can. The end of the donor funding does not mean the end of collaboration and partnerships. There will be many other opportunities to work together, maintain the relationship between partners, and set the stage for future success. I hope I could present a brief explanation in this theme, which assigned by our beloved President, Godson Vedel, thanking you all leaders, and I pray that Almighty God bless you richly and shower more grace on you all to fulfill our mission.
Okay.
Special thanks to all guests, those who are attending in the summit. Once again, I extend my thanks to all, and a special
Okay. Thank you
regards
so
to
much.
Africa Global Reformers Foundation. Thank you. God bless you.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. But you're not going yet, okay? Because we're going to come back to you. Some persons specifically told me that they have some questions that they would like to ask in this regard.
Yes.
So it would be
Yes.
very nice if you would sit back so you answer some questions. Is that fine?
Okay. Okay.
Is
Sure.
that fine?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to believe that you are all enjoying yourselves. Right away, in case you are just joining us, once again, this is Global Reformers Hub 3, powered by the Africa Global Reformers Foundation, and is our annual event that gives people the opportunity to harness, opportunities everywhere, here and there, all over the globe, and various countries and all that. So we'll try to see how to bring in foreign speakers to see how to tell us how we can obtain these opportunities. And to take us further in the summit, I have my singular honor to bring to you no other than Professor Paula Moon, all the way from Costa Rica. Professor, how are you today?
I'm doing very well.
Hi,
It's raining.
hi,
It's raining
hi,
here,
hi,
but
Costa Rica.
it's
Oh, it's
actually
raining.
the summer is about to start because we have only 2 seasons.
Okay.
But today is raining. It has been raining all night.
Oh,
So
oh.
I actually have
Okay.
I actually brought a presentation, and I see that it's a button that says share. Is it possible for me to share my points? Is because I was told that it's only 15 minutes long, and I tried to keep it into that length of time. So is it possible for
Okay.
me to share my presentation this way?
Yes, if you can share. Of
How
course,
how
yeah.
do I share that? Do I use the button that says share?
No, just check your you can use the share button to share it. If you look down, are you using a laptop?
Yes, I'm using I saw there is a slap. Okay.
Yeah, you can use it. Yes, you can
And
use the share button there. Okay. Have you seen it?
I'm trying to upload it because I see that it's a share button. So let
Okay.
me
Okay. Well, you can then proceed with your presentation. Can you do that? Then later on, when you send
I,
it, when you
I, I, can, I, can, I can do that, but just give me a second because I have to upload it.
okay, okay, no
Because
problem.
it looks to me that says that there is allows to share a
Okay.
PowerPoint presentation. That's what I have.
Okay, so once again, for everyone watching us right now, I want you all to know that we are looking at Metamorphose. Metamorphose is the theme for the year's Global Reformers Hub. And we are trying to see the theme is Metamorphose, and we're looking at obtaining opportunities and partnership for sustainable development. So we're trying to see how to create a platform for you to understand the various opportunities available in other countries like Costa Rica. Of course, we have our guest already on the screen, and she's just getting ready to do our presentation. And it's not just going to be all about presentation, but there's going to be room for questions, should you have any. So all you need to do is just to post your question on the comment box, and I'll see them. I'll see your question. I'll pick your question and ask your question. That is how it runs. So should you have any question, and of course, why not? You can share. You can share with friends. This is a rare opportunity. Share with friends, share with loved ones, share on your Facebook page. You can share all over. And I strongly do know that you would get the most out of this. Okay? You will get the most out of this. Once again, my name is Ambassador Godson Uwadiale, the anchor, your loyal anchor brother. Okay? All right. Straight ahead, I'm going back to our guest, Professor Moon. She's an ambassador of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, and she's going to proceed from here. So, do we have you now, ma'am? Okay, I think she's trying to get into the program, probably because of network issue or something. She mentioned that she's going to use a slide, and the reason why she needs the slide is because she would need to enumerate some certain things which is necessary for us to understand clearly what she wants to talk about. Then let me remind you that our guest has a very unique topic, and the topic for today that she is going to talk about is business investments, partnerships, and opportunities in Costa Rica. Business investments, partnership, and opportunities in Costa Rica. So, in case you're watching from anywhere all over the world, there are opportunities in Costa Rica. So, she's just going to unveil to us some kind of businesses that you can partner with, some kind of investment, some kind of, opportunities, that you can harness in Costa Rica. So, can we have our guest now, Professor Polomo? Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay, while we are waiting for her, in case you're watching, remember this is Global Reformers Hub 3, and Global Reformers Hub 3 is brought to you by Africa Global Reformers Foundation, and it's an organization that is geared towards promoting peace, through events, empowerment programs, and so on. So it's very, very important for you, to have this understanding. But before we proceed, while we are waiting for her, I would like to show you a video. Just get ready. Okay, I'd just like to show you a video. Then we'll bring in our other guest. Happy viewing. A lot of persons in communities in Delta State, a lot of persons are suffering. No food. Some say no money to buy this and that. And that is why Africa Global Reformers Foundation has decided to come to communities, to visit communities in Warri, to assist them, to share with them, to give back to the community. So by the grace of God today we are going to achieve that. We have cash of 10,000, that we're going to give to some widows. We have about 10 widows that we're going to give 10,000 to. And we also have foodstuffs, cooked food and all. We want them to celebrate the festive period with us. So no matter how small, for those of you that supported in one way or the other, God bless you. So I want you to come with us as we take this ride together. Bye. All right. Yeah, bye. All right, welcome back. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will bring into you our second speaker for today. She's going to talk about business investments, partnership, and opportunities in Costa Rica. Over to you, Professor Moon.
Could you put my screen now? It looks to me like it's up now. The presentation, I think, is in the backstage.
Okay.
So that I.
Okay, just 5-10 seconds. Let's see if we can see it over here. Let's see if we can see it over here. Okay. We've not seen it yet. We're trying to locate it. Okay. Trying to get across. Okay, please. Can you just check your screen?
You upload it. It's in the big screen. If you see on the right hand side in the screen, that is, I can see the presentation now. It's there.
Okay. Okay, but it's not showing over here. Okay. Okay, let's see how we do it. Just hold on a second. All right. We are having difficulty in getting the screen, the presentation. So I don't know if you can just proceed with your presentation.
But okay, if I have to just, I'll send it to you and you post this later in some place. And
of course.
Okay.
Of course,
So basically, what I just wanted to say is that in order, I'm looking for, since this is a forum for African investments and let other people know about other opportunities in other parts of the world, I chose to have two locations, Costa Rica and the United States. Why both places? Because first of all, my company is registered in both locations, and there are certain things that had to become attractive for anybody that wants to invest in a country. Like I said before, I have a PhD, a master's, and a bachelor's in chemical engineering, and I have a lot of experience in research, development, demonstration, applied science. Okay, I work for the Department of Energy in the US. And so I have a lot of my projects or my research or areas of interest are in research and development and has to do with science, technology, and since I have a society component, so basically try to provide solutions to those areas of society that have been ignored over many, many years. And my areas, I have multiple areas, are all the renewable areas, solar, biogas, wind energy, bioplastic, water infrastructure. Water is an issue all over the world, and many parts of the world don't have access to clean water. Internet infrastructure. With this pandemic, we saw the need of having a reliable internet connection. Tourism, Costa Rica, for example, in this case, tourism is specifically related to Costa Rica because Costa Rica is a country that is the revenue is so high that is top in the gross domestic product, the percentage of the whole revenue that comes from tourism. So that's why I'm interested in tourism. Fashion, aviation, but that is more in the US, and cocoa, but in Costa Rica. But since I know Africa is actually it is a large producer of cocoa plantations, I like to learn, and actually I want this to go both ways. I can actually show and tell my areas of interest, how do we could possible collaborate in the future, and how, for example, things investment can go in this direction and knowledge can come from the other direction as well. um, so being the CEO of my companies in Costa Rica and the US, I have all my multiple areas of interest, and I am the chairwoman of the Paula J. Moon Foundation. Uh, in order to I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to read my own presentation because I was going to. Let me tell you, what are the ingredients to attract investment in any part of the world? What are the key ingredients? I consider them to
Okay.
be five of them. The country stability, democracy versus totalitarian regime. Okay, people prefer investment. The people that have money want to invest. They want a country where there is democracy, where there is no instability. There is freedom, freedom where they can practice their faith. They are not persecuted. They don't feel persecuted because of their ethnic background, or they get political persecution because they are related to somebody in the family that in the past did something, and so they feel threatened. So that's why people perhaps with money leave when they see that there is an instability in the country, and they bring their money along with them. And gender identity, nowadays, in many parts of the world, there are people that are coming out like saying, this is my gender identity, and some people in certain parts of the country are being killed for that. Sexual preference. So transparent finances is very, very important. And there has to be oversight by competent managers, because if they want to have investment in someplace else, they at least need to have a competent manager where the country is not actually have some illicit actions, where they can actually seize those funds and expropriate them from
I think we're having a little breakage in network. Okay, doctor, doctor, are you there with me? Hello, doctor.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I think we're having a little network issue. We're trying to
I think
hopefully get it
you have some issues there.
No, not me, of course, not me. No, 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 not Nigeria. We have a very good network in Nigeria, of course. No, I think we need to talk about India right now because Nigeria's network is very good. Okay, it's good.
The problem today is heavy raining is going on. Heavy raining is going on outside.
Okay, I think so. Okay, okay, I think so. So, while we are waiting for her, doctor, I would like to ask you a question. You talked about you when during your presentation, you mentioned how to get partnership and all that. So, but some persons may still want to ask a question. But while you're listening to me, I think we have some persons that has dropped some messages on our comment box. And we have
Yes.
Joy Obozua. She said, God bless your good works and increase you daily. This is really good. We have J. Nicole. Nice one, sir. We have from Ipe Caroline. Wonderful works for touching lives of these people. You see, people appreciating what you are doing. They're appreciating you already, Ambassador.
Not only me, you too. You are the boss. You are the you do the great
Of
thing.
course, of course, all of us,
the,
all of us.
the
Thanks to you.
we together we can. The whole Africa is
Yes,
with you. Yes, together
yes,
we can.
together we can, of course. So now, if somebody needs a grant, for example, from another country, if somebody needs a grant, say from the United Nations, from a branch of it, of course, you know how it works. United Nations is there, and they have their subsidiaries, okay, and they have partners as well. And it's from the subsidiaries and partners they launch out some sort of things that have to do with grants and other programs. Now from your country, all the way from India, what would you say it's how can somebody in a country like Nigeria partner with you, let's say with a business? What kind of business can we do partnership together with? Do you understand? Let's say there is a specific business in India, and there is somebody in Nigeria, for example, that would like to do a business, a kind of business, that probably is lucrative. So what kind of business would you suggest that someone, an investor in Nigeria, can do with you guys in India? Or probably you as well, or you guys in India, something.
Okay, okay. Actually, it is a good question.
Yeah.
Uh, the between India and Nigeria, there are many possible uh, items. The still in concerning India, we are not unable to receive any donations from any foreign countries. We should have the FCRA permission. So it is some overseas affairs. We have good field to do any work, but
Mm.
the problem is that it is some issues are there. Some the laws. It is totally difficult for us.
Okay. All
Can you?
right, doctor. I can hear you. Somebody just asked a question. Maybe I'll ask you directly, and the other person is asking. They're just bringing questions, and they're asking us questions. Oh, one of our guests is even saying he's trying to join. I just said it now. Dr. Guinness Madasumi. You can see it on the comment box. He said he's trying to join. That there are some technical issue. Dr. Madasami is one of our speakers. Is one of our guest speakers, and it's, I think, network. It seems it's raining everywhere. I don't know. All right. Before I come to you, Dr. Johnson, I would like to go straight to uh, Professor Moon. Okay, Professor Moon. She was trying to explain something, and I'll take questions. I'm seeing some questions already, and some persons asking some technical, reasonable questions. But before then, just I want you to throw more light on what we are trying to portray, Professor.
Oh,
Yes.
so what was it? Was it a technical issue or something like that? Uh,
Yeah. Okay.
okay.
It's raining over there, so it's raining over there.
No, I
Probably.
do have an stable. I have fire optics, so I should be okay.
Okay.
So, like I was saying, investments. When people want to invest in any country, they are always worried about what are the reasons, perhaps work, how can that be affected in their investments, how can they actually bring funding or partner with you. And so, and
Okay.
this could be about greed, religion, oppression, absolute control. And what is sustainable peace? In order to get investment, honestly, people think in the long term. They don't invest for 1 year and take the money and run away. Okay, they have to. Sustainable peace is achieved when most of the people on a location, country, region, town have the potential to obtain a standard of living which allow them in their families to achieve upper mobility. So that's what they are looking for, without being afraid to practice their religion belief. Costa Rica falls into one of those countries. Costa Rica, the US, Germany, and the United States. That's why those countries, there is a lot of investment in those countries because those are peaceful countries. There is no war in them. Um, the youth feel like they can actually progress in life because they can choose what they want to be later on in life. They can dream about their future. They can protest to the government if they don't agree with something without reprisals. That they're going to be in jail, that they're going to be killed, that they're going to be punished for unreasonable issue because we were born with freedoms. So and we can practice those freedoms in Costa Rica fall in the United States because I'm interested in the both countries fall into those categories. So uh, in order to obtain, I mean, if somebody invests in Costa Rica, you're going to have sustainable peace because we're a peaceful country. Okay, and that how is that achieved? With a prosperous economy. Okay, with good quality education. Every parent, no matter what they are in any part of the world, they want their kids to be educated with quality education so they can actually, if they were born with little money or no money at all, at least they know that if they provide their own kids a good quality education, their future can be secure in that way. And nowadays we know that the climate is a problem, a huge problem everywhere. That's why my foundation focus on issues like that. Like I want to uh, push a generation of climate activists, people that worry about their air pollution, their water, their nature. So all of those things we don't need to have anymore. Not only Costa Rica, many countries in the world. We don't need to have only the activists from Europe or the United States. We can actually teach the new generation how to become alert about all those things. Um, Also invest in Costa Rica. This is an attractive country for investments. Costa Rica has a 99% literacy rate. You see, everybody knows in this country how to read and write. There is no army since 1948. Um, the presidential elections take place every 4 years, and you win or lose, you go. If you win, no, you're not supposed to stay every 4 years. You can run only twice, but they cannot be consecutive winning. So no matter if you win or lose, if your term is up, it's up. You're gone. Okay. Nobody is above the law. Also, if you commit a crime and there is sustainable evidence that you are, no matter what your position were, you can actually go to jail. That's what is good about investment. Every child
Yeah.
must attend a school. We do not have the problems about child labor in this country. And there is an universal health care system where with little money you can pay and you can actually get access to good quality health care. I had a video, but I don't know if I cannot share it because
Yeah.
there it portrays Costa Rica as a whole, and but I'll send you the. I don't know where you posted. You posted on your website or something, so that you can see people can
Okay.
actually show that.
Uh,
So basically, it's about it. And if you can actually, somebody wants to reach me, thank you for your attention. I can be reached at Paula underscore P at outlook.com if
yeah,
anybody
but don't
wants.
go, but don't go yet because we have some little questions for you. Okay, we have some questions for you. Somebody is asking a question. How can one partner with you guys? You know what I'm saying? Another person asks, what is the right means to get investments from your country? And okay, can I ask? Can I ask Dr. Johnson first? Dr. Johnson, how can someone in Nigeria, of course, we are into partnership, you and I, it's confirmed, right? True or
Yeah,
false? If
yeah.
yeah, if you say false, I'm not going to give you your award. I'm not going to give you your award.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Of course, don't worry. Okay, so
Actually,
how can
actually, actually, I want to say one thing. I am the
okay.
jury of you are of world record.
Okay.
Huh?
Okay. Okay.
So
Okay.
I used to give
Hmm.
uh, awards. That means
Okay.
the well records, well records.
Okay.
So it's a golden opportunity to attempt some functions and
Hmm.
give the records to the eligible people also.
Okay. Okay. Yeah,
So
so
I appreciate. Actually, I have seen your activities on screen. I
yeah.
appreciate your hard works, and I congratulate the team behind you. Yes,
Yeah.
together we can.
Together we can. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you so much. So, okay, let me hear from Professor Paula Moon. What are the opportunities, like like it's been asked, what are the opportunities that, or how can one invest in your country? What are the opportunities that one can invest in your country?
Oh,
Yes, Professor.
that somebody wants to come and invest in the country, or
Yeah.
writing proposals, or because if somebody wants to invest in the country,
Mm.
basically what they have to look is for I already told you my areas of interest, okay, and
Yeah, yeah,
they
yeah.
actually have to, the best way is to partner with somebody that knows the
Mm.
system, because it's like in anything else, okay, you really know how to navigate how to
Okay.
navigate the system. It's a little bit tedious because it's Costa Rica is very a lot of paperwork, and so you may lose your
Okay.
patience, so you may have to find or look for somebody that you trust and that knows how to navigate the system. There are areas like tourism is very it's a big area. um, any part of the world right now, renewable energy is extremely it's a hot button, it's a hot issue. So
Okay.
also it could be agriculture. There are certain specific area agriculture is a lot of um,
Mm.
organic growth, and if you can find a way to partner with somebody and export that to Africa, for
So,
example, yeah,
okay.
that is an excellent.
Okay. Well, before we continue, I would like us to meet each other. Um, Professor Paula Moon, please, I would like you to meet with um, Dr. Johnson. You know, you've not spoken. I just want you to speak with him. We have Dr. Johnson. Then finally, we have Dr. Joseph Legend with us. Dr. Joseph, so good to see you. So good to have you here. Oh, I clap too. We are all clapping. Yes. You're welcome. We're welcome. We've missed you, and I believe you're set for us today. Yes, I believe strongly that you're set for us today. So,
Dr. Joseph Legend from which country?
yeah, Dr. Joseph is he travels everywhere, but I know
Oh,
he's in Nigeria. I know where to catch him in Nigeria. He travels everywhere, all over the world. But I know where to
yeah,
catch him. If I want to see him in Nigeria, I know exactly where to see him. When he's back, when
omnipresent.
he's
He might be omnipresence.
sorry, yes, that is it. That is it. So good to see you, Dr. Joseph. How are you doing today? Sorry, I think your speaker is on mute. You need to unmute yourself. Okay, I can't hear you yet. Oh, sorry, I think there is still. We are trying to hear you. We are trying to hear you. Oh, oh, what's happening? Technical.
Why it's so?
Yeah,
Everybody is like,
I think it's technical issue. Okay. While we are trying to hear him out. Okay, we are trying to hear him out. I, Professor Moon, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Professor Moon, can you hear me?
I
Please,
do.
can you say hi to Dr. Johnson and Dr. Joseph Legend?
Oh, okay. Okay. Hi, Dr. Johnson. You're from the India. Okay.
yes,
And
I am from India.
from India. Yeah. Okay. Nice to meet you. We always see
Yes,
the
thank you, madam. You can most welcome to India.
I definitely would like to. I definitely would like. Just we should just wait for this pandemic to
Yes,
actually get under
today,
control. Yeah.
today afternoon I invited our Mr. Godson also, our leader, chairman of Africa
Yeah.
Global Resource Foundation. I invited him to India also. So let us
Oh,
have a get together in
Yeah.
India.
we should
The next
actually get
summit.
we should actually get together. Okay, and
Yes,
travel.
yes, yes, yes,
That would be nice. That would be
yes,
that would,
yes, yes.
It would be
and
nice. It would be nice. Well,
it would be actually nice. Yeah, actually. And Dr. Joseph, and you are
Joseph.
from
yeah,
Joseph represent Nigeria. Oh,
yeah, but we are still trying to get him. I think we can't hear him very well. I
okay.
think
Maybe he's
there's a
new.
little,
Uh-huh.
yes, technical, um, or maybe it's a system. Is it a system or something? Okay. Um, all right. Well, while we are waiting for him to reserve that, I think we just need to proceed. We need to proceed. You just give me a few seconds while I take the comments that we have, just one or two or three. Someone says, Patrick Egbe says, enjoying every moment of Reformer Hub 3. Then we have J. Nicole, I am really enjoying this so much. Then we have Eranie Benjamin T. says, awesome exposure. Then we have Dobra Tufa. She says, please, can you throw more lights on the requirements for doing business in your country? Please, can you throw more lights on the requirements for doing business in your country? Although she did not specify the country.
Which
Well,
country?
Which
she didn't
country?
specify. Yeah, she didn't specify.
Okay.
But we are going to, I think it's left for me now to choose the person that I'm going to ask that question. So when I ask
Can you
anybody,
hear me
then you
now?
tell us.
Yes,
Better, we can
yes,
hear you now.
Oh, great,
We can
great.
hear you now.
Oh,
Wow,
great.
great.
finally. Welcome on board. Welcome
Thank
on
you
board.
so very much, Professor Moon. Thank
Thank you.
you. Dr.
Yeah,
Johnson, thank you. I appreciate you.
Thank
yeah,
you.
thank you so much. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. So, in few minutes, we are going to have you in. We're going to have you speak with us, Dr. Legend. In few minutes, we're going to have you speak with us. But I would just like that particular question. He said if you can throw more light on how one can do business in your country. Um, okay, okay, we are going to answer that question, but I would like us to hear from our guest because of time. As soon as we are through with him, I know the United Nations queen, the Miss World United Nations, is trying to join us up, and also the International Secretary of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, Ambassador Dillot Farah. I know she's trying to join us too, and we are also trying to get in Dr. Guinness. Dr. Guinness, we're trying to get him in. But while we are trying to get them in, no, I would like us to hear from our third guest. And our third guest today is someone I cherish so much, you know, all the way from Nigeria. Is a United Nations ambassador of the Sustainable Development Goals Network, and he has won series of awards both nationally and internationally. He is currently the president of the Legend Foundation. and is also a global environmental pollution expert. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like you to help me welcome on stage, on our online stage, Dr. Legend, as he tells us his topic and as he takes over the stage. Over
All
to
right,
you,
thank
Doctor.
you. Thank the Global Africa Global Reformers for this great summit. It is a privilege and an honor to be able to speak during this summit. And then together, I know we can make the difference, especially when we have opinion that can move the world forward. I'm indeed grateful because I listened to other speakers spoke very well. I also would like to take something home based on their inferences and deductions. My topic for today's exercise is the role of business and wealth creation in eradicating poverty. I have been working extensively within Nigeria and outside, and I've seen a lot of problems with respect to the classes we have in our system. The classes are not gradational. It's not something one can slip into the upper class, except one is able to work assiduously to be able to achieve that class. And as a result of this, there is a clear-cut demarcation between the lower and the upper class. And what is the role of business and then wealth creation to be able to bridge the gap that has existed over a long period of time between the low and the upper class. Today, we are going to be looking at a lot of indices and indicators. This epoch-making event will give us an opportunity to strategize and to collaborate to see how we can help sustainable business to strive better than we ever saw them before, to be able to reduce poverty to as low as reasonable, practicable. Before I go into the business of the day, I would like to give you some information about some keywords that is coming out of my topic, wealth creation. When you have the abundance of valuable financial assets or the fiscal position of what you have as a country, you have an asset and you are wealthy. A lot of countries have crude oil. A lot of them are basically dealing with farm produce. And these are some of the things that create wealth and opportunity for great members and teeming youth in their country. We also want to look at what poverty is as defined by the World Bank. A lot of people are actually living below or less than $1.9 a day. And this is extreme abject indigent poverty. But as a matter of consideration, the United Nations also look at poverty as denial of choices, opportunities, and violation of human dignity. Because by the time you relegate someone to the background, their tendencies, the duties that he's supposed to perform as human being is actually trampled upon. How do we then reduce poverty? And as a matter of fact, poverty per se is an international agenda and explicitly is already expressed by the Sustainable Development Goals. And that is why we have goal number 1 that has to do with poverty and poverty reduction. Interestingly, I would like to give you some figures and facts about the global wealth system. We have the global wealth at the end of 2020 stands at 418.3 trillion US dollars. And a lot of billionaires have already been raised in 2020 up to 56.1 million. An average wealth per adult is about 79,952 US dollars. Let me also shock you that half of the global wealth is actually controlled by 1% of the rich men. That is a shock to us. 1%. The other people, what are they doing? That means something has to be done. And this report is actually sourced from the cruise credits of 2020. that the average rich people, 1% of them control half of the global wealth. This is a problem, and we have to do something about it. Hence, the business ethics, we want to see the role of the business and wealth creation to be able to eradicate the poverty at the global level. If I want to show you the statistics for today, you see that a lot of countries are actually well placed in terms of eradicating poverty. The United Nations actually had accumulated wealth of 29.93% of the entire world. But some countries in Africa is having like 1%. And that is why you see the rate of poverty is on the increase in some other countries compared to others. Now, the role of business in wealth creation. When we look at wealth creation, we're looking at the total market value of all the physical and the intangible asset minus the debts. A lot of countries have been depending on debt collection to be able to sustain their economy. This has crippled the employment opportunities of the teeming youth in such country. So if you want to create, have a wealth creation, you must ensure that the total market value of the physical and the intangible minus that of all the debt collected for each of the country is as low as reasonable practicable. And what is the role of the business and wealth creation for poverty eradication? I'll be looking at financial intermediation. This is the process whereby the savings of a country is actually channeled towards productivity. A lot of countries are spending money on things that are not productive, that will be able to put food on people's table, generate resources, and the teeming youth to have something to work on. Once the financial intermediation is strengthened, the economic growth of such a country will be achieved, and poverty will be reduced to as low as reasonable practicable. What can also be regarded as the role of business and wealth creation is stimulation of the small and medium scale enterprise. If you look at the pyramid of the distribution, you see that the top is lean while the bottom is actually high, with a lot of people that are living below 1.90 US dollars. By the time you stimulate those set of people, there are tendencies that are infusing resources and profit into their hands, thereby reducing the poverty index of such a place. The next thing I want to talk about is technology transfer. You know that from the India, from the Europe, from Australia, if we have some source of technology transfer, there are situations where jobs will be created in countries who lack such technical know-how, and as a result of this, a lot of persons will be gainfully employed. As such, the role of business in wealth creation to eradicate poverty can also be seen in the technology transfer. We also look at a situation as number 5, where we have the code of conduct. You know, there are code of conduct in business enterprises where you have strategic planning, you do, and then have to be able to ensure that the small and medium scale people are actually protected based on the code of conduct. And as a result of these, there are tendencies, whatever they produce and present into the market, because they are guided by framework, rules, and regulations, there are tendencies that whatever they produce, they can actually make profit from that, and that will go a long way to reduce the poverty level in such cases. We also have the bottom of the pyramid, also known as, poverty can also be eradicated when you apply the system of the bottom of the pyramid. You know, the pyramid is in such a way that the top is slim, while the bottom is actually very, very large. The large portion of the pyramid actually consists of people that live below 1.9 US dollars, and this is not fair enough. But by the time you activate and stimulate the bottom level of the pyramid, there are tendencies that you are infusing a lot of profit into the hands of those people who may not be able to make it, to be able to stand firm in terms of business and do very, very well. The other aspect I will consider is international financing. We have the African Union, we also have the World Bank. There are some businesses that are profiteering, and by the time the international financing is obtainable, there are tendencies that poverty will be eradicated. The boundary between the people at the top and the ones at the bottom, at some point where the government is doing very, very well, is gradational. But at some point where the government is not doing well, there are tendencies that those people may perpetually remain at the bottom of the pyramid. And this is not good enough for each and every one of us. I also look at some indices that has helped in terms of creation of wealth to be able to reduce poverty, as the measuring of the MDS, the Millennium Development Goals at 2015 was aimed at creating jobs and then also ensuring that the productivity is also increased. Because once you increase the productivity and create opportunity for people to work and earn salary, there are tendencies that you are actually eradicating poverty. And I so much appreciate the option of the Sustainable Development Goals that took over from the Millennium Goals, is to ensure that everyone at any point in time is able to live and live well. There are some countries, especially within the African countries, you are producing crude oil. You don't have a petrochemical company. You only ship this crude oil outside the shores of the country. And then you are creating jobs outside. If these petrochemicals that can produce fertilizers, tiles, and every other thing are being produced in country, there are tendencies millions of people will be gainfully employed. And most of these countries whose crude oil are being shipped to, they are the ones really making profit and then ensuring that the poverty level is at the background. So this has also helped in eradicating poverty. We will also be looking at the microcredit facilities. Some countries have some programs where the small, medium-scale people are given some microcredit scheme. I know that Bangladesh and India actually started this in 1980s. Good news to Mr. Johnson, Dr. Johnson, your country started that, and then the UN actually did to celebrate them and the 21st century so that they can actually be given the priority to do more. So we leverage on what India and Bangladesh has done in terms of microcredit scheme to the people at the background, at the bottom of the pyramid, so that someday, sometime, there are tendencies that we can spur up their mind and inject resources into the system that can push them from the poverty line to where they want to belong. So microcredit is also one of the avenues of the business and wealth creation that can eradicate poverty. The next item is the novel business model. Here we have international managers from different areas who understudy a particular business and then infuse it into the other countries who are idea. They have opportunity to raise people who can cross the poverty margin and also do very, very well. This is all that we can. And we can actually create opportunity to be able to raise people from the poverty line to where we want them to be. I know by the grace of God, injecting this process into the system will be able to give us a facelift that tomorrow we can beat our chest that the nugget to be able to propel people from the poverty line to where they want to be and enjoy the opportunity they have will actually emanate from this summit. I have a strong conviction about that. In Africa, we have a lot of other opportunities, and what government is also doing to ensure that the poverty level is brought to as low as reasonable practicable. For us in Nigeria, we are looking at a situation where everyone can live and be happy, because when all of us are together, we live and we're happy, there are tendencies that the rate of crime will be reduced. But an hungry man is an angry man. And this is where I want to draw the curtain, that we all take this to the heart, that whatever we do should be able to take people from the street And whatever we do should be able to place food on people's table. Thank you so very much. I appreciate the opportunity given to me to deal on this topic. Once
Oh,
again, thank you so very much. I appreciate you.
thank you,
Thank
Dr.
you.
Legend. Thank you so much, Dr. Legend. You spoke exponentially well. You spoke profoundly well. You spoke stupendously well. I was just impacted. Thank you so much. Well, I want to add to what you said. You know, we have four kinds of people in the world today. You know, we have the poor, rich, difference between the poor and the wealthy. You can see in the world today, we have about 95% of people living in the world that are living, that are poor. And we have the wealthy contest. I know you want to say it's so. I'm saying this for the purpose of those watching us right now. There is something that one needs to do. There is something that one needs to do to change the status quo. There is something, there is a secret that so many persons do not know. And what am I talking about? We are living in a system. The globe is more like a system run and ruled and controlled, by capitalism. And it is definitely important for us to understand that people have this normal way of behavior. You know, they believe in the conventional. This is how to do it. They believe in the status quo. I must do it like this when I sleep. I wake up, I do this, I do that, They just do all that. So, but what I'm trying to, my point is this: we need to leave the conventional to the unconventional in order to make a mark. We just need to. We need to. Everyone needs to. They need to understand that what makes the difference is the way we think, is our mind. So the ability for us to start changing our mind, to start working on our mind is very pivotal, is important. And that is the essence of this event, this summit, Metamorphose. It is for us to move from where we are now to another level. It is from us, for us to have a shift of our mind, a shift of the mind. And by doing that, this platform is a platform created for people to understand opportunities, partnerships, how to live the normal to another level. You know what I'm saying? How to add the extra to the ordinary to make it extraordinary. How to stop living in the traditional way of doing things. Because that is the same way you see people go to school, when they come out, they're just, we're being trained to earn salaries, and we're being trained not to think outside of the box. And that is what I have discovered. That is why no matter who we are, it's fine when we work. If we are workers, it's fine. If we're salary earners, but it is good for us to think outside of the box. Even while working, it is important for us to do something else. It is important for us to learn and understand how to make money, and how to make money work for us. I'm saying this for the purpose of everyone listening, most especially our viewers. They need to understand. We may not have the people coming around to give you money to do this. Like last year, for example, my foundation went on the street. We located a community, I think 3 communities, went on the streets, and we gave out some cash gifts, some kind of grant from my organization, to some widows, some advanced women. And we did all those things. But it's very good. We feed the poor, we do all those things, but we need to allow we need to let the poor understand that their life can still change. Okay, if they can think outside of the box and if they can just do something with what they have. Yes, so thank you so much. I just decided to chip in that. Everybody is looking at me
Thank
so
you.
seriously. Hope I'm safe. Am I safe now? Okay, I'm back. Okay,
Yeah,
so
from
I
what you are
appreciate you.
saying,
Yes,
from what
yes.
you are saying, we have the red ocean and the blue ocean. The
Okay.
red ocean, the red ocean principle depends on the normal, while the blue
Mm,
ocean is moving from where we are now to where we want to be. And some of the
yes.
concepts in the red ocean cannot survive within the blue ocean.
Okay.
Where you want to be, you explore different and more options to be able to propel you to those places, just like you have rightly mentioned.
Okay. That's very fantastic. So, Dr. Johnson, what do you
Uh,
think?
I actually I appreciate and congratulate Dr. Joseph Legends. I note down your
Mm,
points. Hungry man is angry man. Very nice. I will
yeah,
give that quote
everywhere. Everywhere.
in all the newspapers in India, and that's a great touching
Mm,
word. So it will be the news heading about this summit. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, thank
okay,
you.
thank you so much. Okay, so from Costa Rica, Professor Moon, what do you think about the whole thing?
Oh, I think I agree definitely with
Yeah,
points of all of the three of you, because I believe that,
Mm,
I mean, poverty can actually be changed, because the easiest way, or
mm,
I think the most practical way to get anybody out of poverty is by educating them. A good. That's why I'm
mm,
an advocate of the quality education, because it doesn't
okay.
matter what your beginnings are. If you educate and you know what your future, and you understand where the possibilities are, and you
Mm,
focus on those possibilities, you can move out of poverty. But you have to have
of course.
discipline. You have to have, you be able to be malleable. Somebody can actually
Mm,
coach you to do something. But I think sometimes people are, I'm not saying that because you're poor, that's the way you should be for the rest of your life and your future generation. It's something that it can be changed. Okay, you were saying, I think, Dr. Joseph, that
mm,
1% of the assets are controlled, or 1% of the people, the assets of the world is concentrated. I mean, what we can do is, let's not fight them. Let's join them, and try to convince them to invest with us.
but
So
if you join
that's
them, you
what
can't help them.
that would you have, yes,
If you
you
join
could
them, no, no,
propose.
no, hold on. Hold on a minute. If you join them, Professor Umon, how can you help them? If you're part of them, then how can you help them? That means everybody will just be accepting
No,
beginning to buttress.
because you propose them things to help many, to many. I
Okay.
mean, you change your approach. You change your approach.
Okay.
Yeah, like for
Okay.
example, and you propose things that provides job opportunities for a lot of people,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
so because
yeah,
it,
and that takes me to. I'm trying to summarize because I'm looking at the time. It's exactly 1 hour 30 minutes, and we just have about 5 to 6 minutes to run up. But while we're going to do that, I'm going to ask our last speaker. Does somebody ask
dear respected
a
chair,
question?
I request
Yeah.
1 minute, please.
Oh, yes, please.
I,
Yes,
I
please.
request our Dr. Joseph
Okay.
to give me a photo with that same background, the
Okay.
present photo. Please inform
Okay.
him to get that photo, please.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay,
Okay.
I need
All right.
this still photo. Okay,
Okay. All right. Okay. So somebody asked a question: reducing poverty as low as reasonable practical in Nigeria. How can SDGs assist undergraduates to become entrepreneurs, even while they are still in the tertiary institution, because she feels looking for a white collar job after graduation can increase poverty. So, Dr. Legend.
There are a lot of platform on the MDGs that is accessible to undergraduates. You don't need to wait until you are a graduate. That is when you start sourcing for what to do. If you have a craftsmanship, there are things you do with your hands and you can actually push it forward. It is going to be of a great and immense support by MDGs to support you. Maybe what I will do, I'll send the platform to you, then you can send it to the person who asked the question to be able to access the platform. There are subventions and some incentive given to undergraduates to be able to start up. But the major problem that has been recorded over a period of time is that sometimes you are given a frequency of, let's say, 2 times in a month or in 1 quarter to be able to report back to MDG's office on what you have achieved so far. Sometimes most of them are nowhere to be found. So, but if this person is serious, I will send the platform to you. You can forward to him or her to be able to access it. Is going to do such a person good.
All right, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Well, before we end the Global Reformers Hub 3, somebody just dropped another message. John Wadiale says undergraduates should have a passion for something. What you like best. What can solve another man's problem? Learn how to provide solution to problem, and that's it. Yeah, I think it's true. The ability for you to solve problems. Problems are everywhere, and that is actually even the difference between the rich and the poor. The rich is not really rich because they have all the money, but the rich is rich because yes, they are rich because they have the ability to solve problems. They have a problem they are solving. Now look at the owner of Facebook, for example. You know the story. He decided to solve communication problem, and today is one of the many. So some other persons, even in Africa, you see Dangote. He decided to solve the problem of food. Some persons that love sugar. So today when we will eat something like Indomie in Nigeria or in Africa, even in the world, it has this product there. So you're paying him for it. You get what I'm saying? So we also it has Dangote cement industry. So if you're going to build a house, then it's solving that problem. Do you get what I'm saying? So this is for everyone listening, that we need to locate a problem that is around us and start solving them. And when you start solving them, before you know it, money will start moving towards some of you for joining us. And may I say this, such that you. So for those of you watching us right now live, we want you to know that should you have anything, do you need to partner with somebody abroad, in Costa Rica, in India, yes, in India, or you need to partner with our brother in Africa, in Nigeria, or you can just feel free. That is why we are here, Africa Global Reformers Foundation. We are here to connect you to all these people across the world. And by the grace of God, we are going to ensure that everything is done. So I'll be speaking with our guests. Should there be opportunities, of course, they will send across. I'm going to get the contacts of everyone. You can send mails, send an email to me, to our organization, AG agro.reformers@gmail.com. agro.reformers@gmail.com. You can send a mail. Do you need anything? Do you need partnership? Do you need to invest in another country? Or do you need to know, have more idea on what we have shared today? You can as well. Or do you have something that had to do with business that you feel, okay, we can, if I can partner with somebody abroad, overseas, then this business would work. If you have anything like that, just communicate to us. And I tell you, we are free people. We are free to assist. We are free to reach out to you. And I'm going to reach out to them. We will reach out to you. Anyways, now you see Dr. Legend has said that he's going to send some things across. Then I will reach that lady that asked that question. And I know after now, a lot of persons will still ask one or two questions, but don't worry, everything is going to be resolved. I hope I'm right. So I'm just going to take one minute from everyone to say their last word. With regards to this event, for those people, for the pleasure of my amiably to all our viewers. Okay, Professor Moon. Sorry, I think network everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Network everywhere.
Yeah, what I was going to
Professor Moon.
say is I think what I uploaded my presentation, and did you get it? If not, I can actually email, and I'm more than happy to like I have two. I actually kind of wear two hats. One is my company hat, the other one is my foundation. And if some of your listeners want to get in contact with me because education purposes or stuff like that, I'm more than happy to help, because I always like to guide students in path, because that's how I see their future is much brighter if they choose education to go ahead to improve themselves. And also, if anybody wants to partner with me, I actually in the presentation has all the areas of partnership, and I'm more than welcome to listen to any other idea, because uh, I I have an active mind, and I always kind of thinking about new ways to get things done. So I'll be more than happy. I hope one day I actually to visit several countries in Africa and in India as well, and many other parts of the world. And I think after COVID is finally gets into control, and we learn to be distances ourselves and maintaining good health um, distances and wearing a face mask and stuff. But I think we still can have a normal life, and I actually will be happy to meet all of you in person and be able to actually implement and work together in many things.
What happened?
That should be a network problem.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think
Absolutely.
so.
I,
Yeah.
I I want to say I had to tell you that your network, the network in India, isn't good. Okay, I'm so sorry about that. Apologies. Okay, so I think Professor Moon was saying something before
Oh, before,
we are rounding
yeah,
up.
basically, what I was saying is this: I am going to send you my presentation, which I never got to do it, but I talked about it. So perhaps you can post it on your website, and people watching the show later can actually see it from there. and and I'm really looking forward to collaborating with all of you in areas of interest, and perhaps there are many, because I have my foundation efforts and I have my company efforts. So I think there is a lot of opportunities to partner in many things, so we just have to identify what we need to do or we want to do together.
Great, great.
Okay. Okay. Was
Respected chair, what about other guests?
okay. All right. I'm sorry again. I think it was network issue. Okay, so Professor Moon, you said that you will really appreciate if people would partner with you, if they want, if they need partnership or whatever, and also that you're going to send a slide. That's fine. We appreciate you so much. Thank you for that opportunity. That's a great opportunity over there. And also that if there is business opportunities in Costa Rica, you would share, right? You would share for partnership and all that. So we
Yes,
can
yeah,
share to those. Yeah.
exactly. I in my presentation there are all my areas of interest at the
Okay.
moment,
Okay.
and they could be in Costa
Okay.
Rica or they can be in the U.S.
Okay.
But some are specific to the U.S. because of technology
Okay. Okay.
wise. There are more, but some are specific in Costa Rica. But all the
Yeah.
renewable energies are in Costa Rica as well.
Okay. Thank you so much. All right. Dr. Legend. Dr. Legend, what would you say to our viewers lastly?
Well, I will advise that they shouldn't lose hope. That is light at the end of the tunnel. And
Yeah.
fundamentally, poverty is a denial
Yeah.
of choice and opportunity. But business and wealth creation are
Mm.
mitigants to abject indigent poverty. Let them move to the blue ocean
Mm.
and leave the red ocean, which are the normals. I'll also try as much as I can to
Okay.
send a 22 slide to you so that you can share with them. But if there are areas to partner with them in terms of environmental technology, compliance monitoring, impact assessment, and all that, we have been able to raise some great men from the university to be able to make them pillars today based on the fact that we transfer the technology we have to them. So we'll continue to do this if we have some
Okay.
options from your side. Thank you so very much for the opportunity.
All right. Thank you so much. So, Dr. Johnson, my brother in India,
Yes,
from India. Yeah. Yeah.
yes, yes, yes.
I can hear you.
Sure.
Yeah.
Thank you, thank you. Really, it was a good time. Especially,
Mm.
I congratulate our chairman and
Mm.
special regards to our ambassador legends. Fantastic message. Actually, inspired by your
Mm.
thoughts and ideas, and special regards to Professor Moon. I
Mm.
cordially invite you all to India for a get together, and now we are in online. Next time we will be in offline in India, and a special regards to and convey a sincere thanks to all the people who listening through us through online from the different parts of the world. Okay, God bless you all. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. We do appreciate you. God bless you.
Okay.